Yeah. What it do?
Let's go.
What's up, world? We here. Special Sunday edition. Live reaction, man. Today was a good day.
Woo!
It's always sunny in Philadelphia when you're winning.
Yes, sir.
We had a great day today. First of all, happy Sunday. Appreciate y'all for pulling up and watching. If you're not watching this on Sunday, whenever you watch it, we appreciate you. You know what I mean? And we glad to see y'all. Welcome back. If y'all did not know, this is the No Box Sports Podcast brought to you by No Box Entertainment. And I'm one of your hosts, and I go by the name of Uncle Doug.
And I'm the original CP3.
The original, and you bet not forget, man. And this is episode 8, and we just so happen to be feeling great, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
How
sir.
you feeling?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And if you don't know why, 2 wins. We ain't even listen. We gonna get right into it with the Eagles. We know what y'all came here for. The Eagles held it down today in a major way, and we got our first win ever in the city of Cincinnati versus those Bengals, man. Clap it up for the Eagles, man. Give it up for them. Give it up for them. And if you at home watching, clap.
EAGLEF Eagles.
You already know. We keeping that going, man. Keep it going. We keeping it going. Yes, man. Our Birds are 5-2 now. 5-2 now. What we gonna do now, man? How the 5-2 Sunday going for you over there, man?
Man, it was definitely. I was definitely nervous in the beginning, bro. When I saw, that 10-3 score. I mean,
it
was 7-0 and 10-3, and it's like, okay, what's happening here? And I got I felt a little better when we tied it up.
Yeah,
even though they tried to rob us.
In the halftime.
They tried to rob us.
They did try it. They try it like it wasn't in 4K.
They tried it, but
shout out to Jalen Hurts.
And I shout out to the people in the booth for looking out for us, because I didn't know how they was going to challenge that, because they didn't call. Yeah. They didn't say it was a touchdown. As far as I understand the rules.
Oh, it looked like it was about to be another play ran.
Right. So it's like, as far as I understand the rules, it's only an under review if it's a touchdown, as far as I thought. So I was okay, hey, but it worked out for us. And
we went in the
second half.
In case y'all didn't know, he was talking about going into halftime. We was down 10-3. We had drove to the goal line. We was trying to punch it in. It took us 2 tries, and it was a tush push. And we didn't get in, and they reviewed it, and they see Jalen Hurts fought and gave just enough effort to where we got to 7. Then we went into halftime 10-10. We got a little bit ahead of ourselves at halftime. But do you remember when it looked like they was about to go for 2 after we scored right there? Do you remember what was feeling when you seen that? Because I was mad. What are y'all doing trying to go tired? But they didn't.
I was perplexed. I'm gonna say that. I was perplexed. I was definitely like, okay, why are we trying, like, what's the difference between 1 point? Like, but then as the longer they took the hike, I was like, okay, he's just trying to get them off sides. It didn't take me long.
Right. Once he started doing a hard count, we knew it. But in the beginning, I'm like, what is we doing? But let's get to it, man. In case y'all didn't know the score, we talked about it was 10-10 at halftime, but this is the way it ended up. Damn, 37-17, beat them by a dub in Cincinnati for the first win ever, man. Like y'all know, 10-10. It went into halftime. First of all, we did not score a point in the first quarter. Let's address the elephant. That stat can go on another week. That's a weird stat, and I don't know what's going on with that. And I'm not really saying we wasn't rolling in the first quarter this week, because we actually did score on our first drive this week. So the stat won't necessarily show you that. But Cincinnati, when they came out, they went right down the field, like you said. They drove every third down conversion they was getting. It looked like they going to have the answer for our defense, and all the Philly fans, the group texts, social medias, not this again. They were snapping, not the defense. So they went right down the field, scored 7. But that drive took almost 11 minutes. And when we got the ball back, we went on a long drive as well, but we wound up getting 3. We didn't score, but we did score on the first possession, even though it wasn't in the first quarter. But we did start a little slow. But it was back and forth, man. It literally, they drove, we drove. They drove, we drove. This was two teams that's shout out to the Bengals because they're a good team. They're a solid team. But this was a situation where it was a dog fight. We showed some perseverance throughout the game. I think the first half, I really want to salute the defense because it looked like it was about to get bad, man. It looked like they could have scored 3 times, at least 14. The way they were going down the field, them first 2 drives. But the defense made a few plays, man. Just off top, Smith, Nolan Smith, you starting to hoop, bro. You starting to hoop.
About time.
I ain't gonna say about time. This is second year. He's starting to do his thing. He's starting to get to the quarterback regularly. I'm about to start expecting that from him now. He seemed like he figuring it out. Josh Sweat, I think you've been solid all year. Carter, of course, they was double teaming him. Yeah. I watch him all game, man. They got to double him. It's just they don't got no choice to. But Bryce Huff had a few pressures, but the defense played well today, man. Shout out to 53, man. Zach Bond, man. That guy, that guy's solid, bro.
Yeah,
that guy is solid, and I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know about him. I was kind of upset they didn't let Devin White play. I didn't like that they let him go like that. But looking at how it's playing out with Zach Bond and Dean,
Dean. I was gonna say Nakobe Dean. You gotta give him props too, man. He especially we just need we need him to stay healthy because like last season,
right.
A good season for him, and he got hurt. The problem is we just need him to stay healthy. But he's always been considered. Talking about Nakobe, has always been considered, a good prospect for us. It's just that can he play a full season? And he's starting to show that he's definitely one of the guys that him and Bond is definitely. We got some good linebackers, man. We got some
They played well today. They played aggressive. Bond forced a turnover, a crucial turnover. I think it was in either late third or early fourth.
Right.
He punched the ball out, an awareness play. The defense played well. That's what we get into now. We're getting around to saluting the defense.
Cornerbacks, corner. I mean, that was a tough. We said last week, that was going to be a tough matchup. Jamar going against Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and we held them to 17 points, man. Right. They only scored 2 touchdowns. So like that all. If our cornerbacks stunk, we should have that score should have been flipped.
It should have been worse. There's no reason it shouldn't have been worse. And just T. Higgins didn't play today. He had a little quiet injury. He suffered Friday and didn't play. But Jamar Chase was out there. Boyd was out there, and they got solid backup receivers, and they got an elite quarterback. So you definitely expect them to be able to do more things versus the Eagles in the pass game. And it does show that our cornerbacks are here. And we did have Slay go down with an injury. It looked like a groin injury. I think that was in the second quarter. And he did not return. Right. So in his place, Isaiah Rodgers snaps went up. And he made a hell of a play, I think, in the third quarter. It might have been the fourth quarter where he tipped the ball and allowed CJ GJ to get a pick. And that just added to that momentum we had at that time. But like you said, man.
Sorry to cut you off, but honestly, like you could debate if Slay would have been able to on that route, that particular route, you had to have somebody fast to keep up with Jamar Chase to even tip it. So it's
so what you saying?
It's debate. Well, you already know. I said week 1 or 2. I was already questioning Slay. So it's like it's done. And so it's like it was in some ways the injury was actually. I mean, we still need him. We need all hands on deck.
Get healthy. Slay,
it was a blessing in disguise, kind of, in the sense of I don't know if he would have been able to keep up with Jamar Chase to even deflect that into CJ's hands. So
right. And just to put it in perspective, Bradbury ain't play all season. He's still. More injured reserve. A lot of people forgot he was on the team. Slay been playing, he been playing okay, but he went down. He been battling through injuries the last couple of weeks. Today caught up with him a little bit. But the young boy stepped up. Ringo came in, made some plays. Isaiah Rodgers was in there. We had Cooper DeJean flying around. We had the youngins out there, and they were holding their own. It didn't look like they were, and Cincinnati had to pass. So they were down. So it wasn't like they came in there and, they just was running the clock out on the other side. We got some okay pieces in that D-back, man. And if we can stay healthy and keep it all together, man, I'm feeling good about our defensive backs moving forward, especially because we got James Bradbury coming back.
Yo, you gotta stop with this James Bradbury. You gotta stop, man. You can't get on me about Quinyon Mitchell and you bring it up, James. At least Quinyon Mitchell was playing. You up here talking about James Bradbury. What we talking about? We talking about James Bradbury.
Yeah, James Bradbury, man. Well, you ain't even talk about Quinyon today. Like, we got Quinyon Mitchell's original CP3 counter on the show now.
It's getting to the point where do I need to? It's getting to the point where it's like, you know, unless he get an interception, it's like he just does what he does. Like, you know what I mean?
What he do?
To, you know, he's starting to be like, he just does what he does. Like, this is rookie year.
He does what he do.
He's already looking like he just does what he does, man.
He definitely does what he does, man. And he did what he had to do today. And the Eagles did what they had to do today. We saluting the defense all the way from the top to bottom. Real quick, man, if you're watching this across any platform, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, wherever you at, man, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you share, man. Talk to us. Who was y'all MVP today? How y'all feeling? Matter of fact, let me go over to Instagram. Born Diva, shout out to you, cuz. Appreciate you tuning in. Fly Eagles fly for sure. I hope everybody is feeling good tonight and we ended those Sunday just right. Hope this is a great week coming up. And the defense definitely did their part of making sure we had a great week. But the offense had a few things they wanted to say too, man. How you feel about your boy Jalen Hurts today?
You know what, man? I think I may just have to. It's one of those things where it's kind of like sometimes when you're in relationships and stuff like that, and you kind of like you have this expectation, you have these things you want to happen, and then you kind of settled in the relationship, and then you realize, okay, there comes a point where you just got to realize, okay, I got to see this person for who they are,
who they is, who I'm with.
He doesn't have the arm talent maybe that you want to necessarily have in regards to arm strength, strength that you want to have in your quarterback, possibly.
I can see that.
But this bull is making plays, man. That play where he faked it, he had everybody on the left side, and he faked it to Saquon and just ran in for the touchdown. Like that's a cut. He
was balling today, man.
And then he balled. Then that throw to Devontae, like he does that. He's like, oh, you don't think I have arm strength? Watch this. Like,
did it on the ground, did it through the air. Yeah, check you out, man. Giving Jalen praise at the same time, dropping some real relationship advice for people out there that's watching. Y'all may be in relationships. You gotta love the person you with.
Yeah.
You gotta accept the person you with. Love their qualities. Don't expect something else. But you definitely gotta hold them to their expectations to where they're doing what they should be doing and can be doing.
True.
And now Jalen is actually doing that. And he's balling today, man. You see CP3 game
over 200 yards passing. I mean, you gotta give him credit. Over to him,
Matter of fact, let's go ahead to the stats, man. And shout out to Lauren over there on Facebook checking us out. She said Jalen definitely did a great job today. We agree with that 100%. Jalen was hooping.
Yeah.
Shout out to you for tuning in. Let's go to his stats since we saying he was hooping. He was 16 for 20, 236 yards, 1 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
That's the big one right there.
0 interceptions.
That's the big one right there. No fumbles, I don't think, and no interceptions.
0 interceptions.
That's big. No turnover.
Not turning the ball over. And Jalen Hurts, he also come with his feet. What he do on the ground. So he had 10 for 37 and 3 touchdowns, and that was not one. But shout out to Jalen Hurts, man. He definitely hooped. Now, I got to say, man, it's one of the best games I actually watched Jalen Hurts play this year for sure, since he's been an Eagle. I know the numbers wasn't sexy, but they got the job done, man, and he didn't really make no mistakes. So shout out to Hurts, man. This is one of the best games I say. My biggest problem with you was turning the ball over. You can't do that, man. Can't turn the ball over at that rate that you was, and you cleaned that up, man. I don't think you turned the ball over
last 2 games. I think.
At the Browns, he ain't turned it. He ain't turned the last 3 games. He didn't turn it over. Actually, because remember we hit the tailgate, and if y'all didn't see the tailgate, I think that was episode number 6 or episode number 5. We was live at the Eagles tailgate. Right. Eagles versus Browns. Go tap in. In case y'all didn't know, this is the No Box Sports podcast brought to you by No Box Sports Entertainment, man. This is our second season. This episode 8 for us. But we got a whole season on YouTube. Go check out the archive, the whole season 1. We do a lot of Eagles, a lot of Sixers. We mentioned the Phillies and Flyers sometime, but you know, we do what we could do when we could do it. Go check them episodes out and catch up when we hang up off here today and tap in with us, man. If you out there, talk to us, man. We're going to start bringing fans on. We hosting watch parties. We doing a lot of things. We trying to interact for the community, with the community, because that's when sports are the best, man. When it's done in community, when we get to share this win and this energy like that, man. But you know, besides Hurts, man, what stood out to you the most about the Eagles win in Cincinnati?
I'm feeling good about. I'm just continue to feel good about Saquon. First off, I do feel bad about Will Shipley. I really wanted him to get that touchdown at the end of the game. I feel bad. That was bad. That would have been great. But yeah, Saquon, man, he just continued. Saquon. It's like on the one hand, I don't want Jalen to keep doing the tush push because I want him to preserve his body. Right. Because I thought Saquon coming in would help maybe, stop that. But honestly speaking, if the idea is we trying to preserve Saquon for the playoffs, I guess I gotta fall back and say, okay, we gotta do what we gotta do. But to Saquon, man, he continues to
he balling,
that guy's incredible.
Just a solid football player, man. Solid football player. And we not really conserving him like that. I mean, that's 22 carries right there on the board for him. That's a lot of carries, a lot of tackles, and not to mention the blocking and other things that come with Saquon. So Saquon is definitely carrying it, man. We definitely got no complaints about that guy, man. And when you finish in the game, like we finished in the game with a lead, and now we just get to run the ball and we handing it to him, and you're already tired, and our O-line getting stronger. And shout out to the O-line. Let's not go no further without paying homage to the O-line, man, because
we're not even at full strength. You're right.
Nowhere near full strength. We down 2 starters, man. And guys are stepping up and guys is playing well, man. So shout out to them. I didn't look at this game today and feel like we had a deficit at the O-line. I didn't. We had a penalty here and there, but overall, you would expect us not to look like we look today. So shout out to the O-line. Shout out to Hurts. Shout out to Barkley.
What I love about Barkley, man, is that he's not only that he finds the holes and we protect, we give him the protection that he needs to make those holes, right?
Right.
But the bull also just punishes guys, man. Like he's just like
he's not giving no passes out.
Like Kenneth Gainwell has to kind of find the hole and kind of hit it, and maybe juke a little bit of spin, he'll get through. But it's like he's not knocking guys over, like to get that first down, like you know what I mean. But Saquon, like it's he can make a 5-yard carry like he did today, make a 5-yard carry, turn it to a 10-yard run. Like
you got to really tackle Saquon.
You really do.
You really got to tackle Saquon. Because he's squatting 800 pounds. Saquon not playing with people. So when it comes to tackling him in that fourth quarter, and I ain't even gonna speak on that, but we looking good, man. We looking good. We got to get back healthy. Jalen Hurts, I love the way you playing, man. And when Miz was on the show, Miz was on episode 7. Y'all make sure y'all go check that one out. Miz talked about how he want to see Jalen Hurts more decisive when he's going to run. Right. And today we've seen that. I see him hit 2 reads today and take off. I seen it. And that's what I really want to see. I want to see Jalen Hurts understanding, sort of like Lamar Jackson. I know Lamar Jackson is 8 years in, almost 9, maybe 7. I don't know. But Lamar Jackson got to a point this year to where if you watch the Ravens play, like even if you watch that game today, he literally is doing whatever it takes to win. Whether that means I'm going to rush for 90 or I'm going to throw for 300. It don't matter. Any given play, he got the ability to do what
if the play's there, if the play is to run, he's going to take that run. He's not going to hesitate. But he also, but also to your point, he's not always just quick to run. He does like I need to throw the ball to get this long, this first down. I'm gonna do that. But if I got the run, I'll do it. Yeah, you're right. He definitely is.
He going through that evolution right now, man. I feel like you start off doing what you know, and he running as a quarterback, cool. Then you get to the point to where, what you were saying?
I was gonna say my only concern when it comes to us with the running with Jalen is we got 2 number 1 receivers. And from my understanding of history of number 1 receivers, they want the ball. When you showed those, I'm looking at those stats that you showed, there ain't a lot of receptions.
Nah.
And, between 2 number 1 receivers. So it's like, 6 and 5, that's, so hopefully they good with that. Hopefully, whatever it takes to win, hopefully they good with that. If that becomes the formula where we doing, they only getting 6 to 5 receptions. I don't know how many targets each of them have, but it's just the 6 to 5 receptions seems kind of light for 2 number 1 receivers.
Right.
Hopefully everybody is about the team. That's my only concern. You know what I'm saying? Last year, you heard a lot of stuff going on, in regards to behind the scenes where there was drama and stuff like that. Hopefully everybody's good and, they're working together, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? And
that's definitely a concern. Definitely a concern, depending on the dynamics of your team. But I do think we got good dynamics with this team. Like, AJ and Devontae is really friends. Like, they really homies, you can tell. So it'd be less likely to have a situation where one of them hating on the other. And it seemed like they both eat and they just taking turns eating. And I think at the end of the year, they both gonna have 1,000 yards again. AJ probably have a little bit more touchdowns, but Smitty probably be right there behind them. They both got their check. But you're right, man. That's not a lot of balls to go around. But I actually like when we win like that. No Diddy. I like when we win like that for sure. Because we're playing solid.
A win is a win. But for us as fans, but I don't know how, we just hope. I just hope that the guys, if it's about, they hopefully they have the same mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, they all got paid. So that should also help too. The fact that they all did get their bill.
Got the check.
Yeah. So it's not a thing where they playing for contract and you like, yo, I need more ball so I can get a bigger pay. Like they got, they got their money. So hopefully that also helps. You know what I'm saying? But like it's definitely, if there's ever a concern, that could be a concern. People not, that team chemistry being not as good as we hope it is.
Right.
The defense, I'm with you that the Bengals was a good test. I definitely thought that going into this game, the Bengals was a good test. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not going to knock them. Now they 3-5 because we made them 3-5. Thank you, but it's like
3-5 for sure.
They are 3-5, and it's like the skeptic can say, well, maybe they're not as good as we thought they were. You know what I'm saying? So
we're not doing that. We're not doing that today. We're not doing that at all, man.
I'm with you.
You said what stood out to you the most in this win is Saquon Barkley. I'll say what stood out me the most in this win is the character that's being developed by this team. To see Cincinnati come out, score first drive. And then we go right back with another long sustained drive and score 3. And then Cincinnati come out and score 3. And then we score. And then we just keep building on that, withstand their barrage, battle through injury, battle through flaky calls here and there. But at the end of the day, shrink it together. And at the end of the game, literally look that team in their face and say, y'all not effing with us. And close the book on them for real.
Yes,
and that's not a light team. That's not an easy team to do that to. They done shot it out with Patrick Mahomes. They done shot it out with the best of them. They done went to the Super Bowl already. So that's not an easy team to sit there and do that to. So this Eagles team, I don't know, man. I'm feeling good about this win. Everybody feeling good about this win.
Yeah.
Do you think we are turning the corner? Like, are we turning the corner as a football team? Is like this the start of something great for the Eagles?
I ain't ready to say that.
Is this the start of a Super Bowl run for the Eagles?
I ain't ready to say that yet. I ain't ready to say that yet. I'm sorry. I'm not. Like, I'm not, man. Like, we won 3 straight, but they was against the Browns.
Okay.
The Giants.
All right.
And the Bengals. Out of those 3, like the Bengals.
That's solid teams. We ain't play no bums right there.
What you mean?
What bums we play?
The Giants, they ain't that great. They got Daniel Jones. They're not great.
They're NFC East team, and they tough with anybody else they play. It's just that we sun them around like that. The Giants got a few wins this season. They carried it a little bit. They got the most sacks in the league. I'm not gonna act like they just a walkover team because we walked over them.
I'm sorry, Browns.
The Browns just beat the Ravens today. And we're going to go have a look around the league. Stay tuned.
Okay. So look, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Super Bowl.
the Ravens.
Super Bowl. I ain't saying we going, but Philly fans. I don't know about y'all, but I'm the type of fan that want to win a championship every year. Right. And if we can't win a championship, it's like, it takes the joy out of it for me. But this is one of them years where I'm looking like, okay, the door is still open on this year for a championship, and it's looking, hey,
okay,
hey, I ain't saying it, but hey, I ain't saying it. You hear me?
Okay.
So it's not. We turning the corner now, or what? Or should we chill?
I think that's too early, man. Honestly,
it's too early.
I think it's too early. We gotta see who we play next week, but I feel like it's too early, bro.
What you need to see to say we turning the corner? Like two more wins in a row? What?
Yeah, maybe 2 more wins.
2 more wins. That's it. Wow. See, some people see before others. I'm gonna say this was a monumental win in our season, and as long as we can build on this and not lay an egg next week, and we see this team really stacking it together, because it looked like they're the type of team that take the steps and stack the boxes up, and at the end they stepping at the top. So
hold on. You can't. I answered your question. You said it's like they turned the corner.
They are turning the corner.
It was a big win.
Yeah,
it was a big win.
Turning the corner.
But I don't know about saying if I say they turn the corner.
You don't think this defense? You don't think this defense is getting to a point where they understand the scheme and confident and running around and using their talent, like making plays?
They are making plays, but but you also have to consider the level of talent they're playing against, and this is the first one. So we need more good teams we're playing against for I can say that. I don't agree with you about the Giants and the Browns, but I ain't gonna belabor it. But we disagree on it.
Okay, so he think we need to slow down. Eagles fans, he is of the ilk that you need to chill, you need to relax, you need to see some more. This is a seasoned Eagles fan saying that. I'm a seasoned Eagles fan saying that. Listen, right when you walk around that corner, right before your body get there, like you see in our shoulder come around that corner. Now we ain't all the way around it, but we like this. Who about around there?
Yeah,
and the Super Bowl around the corner. So all I'm saying is, Eagles fans, stay on. We riding this thing. It's a beautiful thing. But enough about our Eagles. And we're gonna go take a little glance around the league, because when we talk about turning the corner, the rest of the league is around that corner. And we did talk about the Browns already. I mean, they beat the Ravens. So we just gonna look around the league. So the Browns did beat the Ravens. It was a crazy game. I don't know if you got a chance to see anything as far as that go, but listen, that game was wild.
That was
it incredible. Went down to the last play, man.
Incredible.
The last play.
Hail Mary play.
Lamar Jackson, dog, if he got the ball in the last play, that's a scary sight. But Cleveland survived. Jameis Winston stepped in, started for the first time for his homie Deshaun Watson, and got the win, man. They put up some buckets. I played against I had the Ravens defense in fantasy, and it didn't go too well for me. But shout out to the Browns.
I was shocked by that he actually pulled up 29 points. That's impressive.
29. It was 29-4. Jameis Winston's passed for 334, 3 tutties.
Yeah.
He went 27 for 41. So he was out there hooping, man. Let's keep looking around the league, though. What else happened today? Detroit, man, they foot to Tennessee, man. 52
they did what good teams do against the Titans. Yeah, they did what good teams do against the Titans.
Detroit is the most. If I had to pick the best team in the NFC right now on some non-biased stuff, I would have to say Detroit is the best team in the NFC. They have shown it the most consistently. The firepower is their elite firepower, and they got some defense to back it up. They is missing Hutchinson. He went down with the injury, but they looking good. The Bills beat the Seahawks 31-10. Josh Allen doing Josh Allen things. They're a Super Bowl contender for sure. Keep your eye on.
Hold on, man. Forget all that. Let's talk about the big game that happened at the end of the day. Come on, man.
Inside the division.
That's the big game. Like that.
Commanders versus the Bears. Washington Commanders versus the Chicago Bears, man. Caleb Williams versus Jalen Daniels, man. And it was a thriller. I don't know if y'all seen it or not, but how did it end? What was the last play of that game?
I mean, he threw up, Daniels threw up a Hail Mary pass. The defender tipped it, right to, I believe, Noah Brown. Noah Brown just said, all right. And he paid attention and caught that joint in the end zone. Game over. Like that, a lot of times you see those Hail Mary passes, man. Like, and it doesn't, you always like, you see the guy like drop it for whatever reason. It comes to him and they're like, whether it's defender or like he actually caught the ball and they won the game off that joint.
But I gotta say that was like the perfect tip if I ever seen one, dog. Like it literally went right in his hands. But just in case y'all don't know, the Washington won 18-15. It was a pretty low scoring game. It came down to the end. Chicago had drove down and scored a touchdown with like 50 seconds left, and it looked like they was about to win in Washington. And Washington somehow get into the position, throw a Hail Mary, and win the game literally on the last play of the game. Walk-off touchdown. It looked crazy. If y'all ain't see it yet, go check it out. It's definitely worth going to go watch the highlights, man. And now the Washington Commanders is 6-2, and leading the division. I think we got a match with them in 2 weeks. It's going to be a battle, man. They a tough team down there. They get magic at the last second now. They're going to be something to deal with, man, but we ain't got to deal with them right now. But that game was something. And then the Cowgirls, I think they playing right now. They playing the 49ers. And the score looks like it's 7-3. The Cowgirls winning. It's early second quarter. So we'll see what happened in that game, man.
Go Niners.
Go Niners. I can't even.
We want to draw. We want to draw. We want to draw. You're right. We want to draw.
Oh, I can't say. That's just sound nasty to me.
Hey, man, whoever played the Cowboys, I'm sorry, it's always going to be against the Cowboys. It's always going to be whoever. I'm always rooting for the team against the Cowboys. But I guess I can root for a draw.
Okay, I'll go with that. We can go with that. I guess I'll go with that. But next week, man, we got to turn the page. We celebrating tonight. But we don't stay there for too long, man. We got business to handle. The next opponent, I think, is the Jacksonville Jaguars, man. Jacksonville Jaguars. They coming to Philly. Dougie P, Trevor Lawrence. Who else they got? Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Etienne, Tanks Bigsby. I mean, they got some pieces. They can put up a good game. They're that type of team that if you do not prepare properly,
right.
And you think they sweet, you're gonna end up in a dogfight that you don't need to be in.
Right.
So let's hope this team. That's when I say we got to build those blocks up. The next block will be coming in next week and handling them how we supposed to, not having it look crazy, like it's shaky again.
Exactly.
So, next week, man, let's preview the game a little bit. I just named Jacksonville. We got the Eagles. We might be missing Slay. Not sure. We had some encouragement by the rookie DB, so we should be all right. Otherwise, I don't know the status on Mailata, and I don't
think he's gonna be back yet.
The Bull Beacon, Goddard was out with the hammy, so I don't know what's going on there. This is right after the game, so we don't got the health reports. But just monitor that. But even with that in mind, man, how you feeling about that game versus Jacksonville Jaguars?
I mean, it's an expected win. Just like they say, those losses, it's a schedule. That should be a scheduled win for us.
Okay.
And it shouldn't be 20-16. Again, but I'm not going to jinx them like I did against the Browns, so I'm going to be quiet on the score. But it should be a win. And
I'm definitely going to pick a win, too. I pick it a win as a win before the season. Although full transparency, I did pick us to lose today. Just because I knew we never won in Cincinnati, and I then watched some weird games in Cincinnati, and there's trauma behind this Cincinnati, the Eagles in Cincinnati. And today, seeing them win actually felt real good because I just never seen that before. This is literally the first win.
Now it makes sense.
In the history. So when I seen that on the schedule, I just was like, no, it's not going down.
That's why you're so excited about, they're turning the corner, because you're trying to make up for the fact that
it might be it. It might be it. That might be it. I ain't gonna lie. The therapist might say the same thing if she heard me just say all that. So that could have been it. But we still right. Even if you don't see our shoulder, we like you hear us. You hear us. Like, is that the Eagles coming around the corner? But no, I feel like we should win too, man. I feel like we should beat them. I don't feel like it should be close. I'm not going to say we should cook them by a certain amount, but I feel like we should have the game in hand in the fourth quarter, and Will Shipley should finally go ahead and get his touchdown at the end of the game. And we 5-2. after 8 weeks of the NFL season, and this is what I had us at 5-2. It happened very different than I said it would happen.
That is true.
But this is what I had us at. I had us losing to Green Bay, and I had us losing to Cincinnati so far. Mm-hmm. We didn't lose to neither team.
right.
But we are what I thought we would be, and let's keep it moving forward. This is the part of the season where I thought we can hit a stride and let the league know we serious and really get our rhythm going and see can we start to dominate team as we get into our identity, which Nick Sirianni said is physical. Physical is our identity. Right. But shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles, man, on getting that win today, man. Yeah. Salute to service. Salute to service. And we wrapping up the Eagles talk, but today was a good day for many of reasons. Many of reasons, man. We seen multiple wins today. And in a certain sport, we seen the first one. It was a day of first, man. It was the Eagles' first ever win in Cincinnati.
Right.
And it was the 76ers' first win of the NBA season in the overtime thriller to the Indiana Pacers, man. Yeah, we got to give it up for the Sixers, too. Why don't y'all give it up for the Sixers, y'all? Give it up for them. If you in the chat, throw some flames or something in there for the Sixers, man.
Yes, sir.
PG, we playing without Embiid. You ain't see the real 76ers thus far this year, so it's kind of hard to really get a real assessment on them. But just watching them today in these last two games, man, I gotta give a salute to service because they fighting. They're competing. They beat the Indiana Pacers today in overtime, 118-114. Maxey had 42 points. The next leader scored
45. Don't short him.
45. My fault, Maxey. I'll never forget the three. Oubre hooped. Martin hooped. Martin had 17. Oubre had 14. This was a team effort, man. Eric Gordon had 15. Came in, gave us some crucial offense, man. Kenyon Martin had 8. McCain got 17 minutes a day, which I loved seeing. I just love seeing it, man, because that's letting me know we closer to the player coach getting less minutes.
Come on, man. Stop it. Kyle Lowry is still solid for us. Stop it. Okay, but go ahead.
What I say?
Come on, keep going.
I want to see McCain playing. Reggie Jackson didn't play at all. I think Nick Nurse need to fix that. I don't know what's going on. I know what need to happen. But everybody played well, man. We got the win. In case y'all didn't know, we lost to the Milwaukee Bucks opening night. Not opening night, Wednesday, the day after opening night. Mm-hmm. They got us. You know, it was too much Dame. It was too much Giannis when it mattered. We ain't had nothing to match it. And then we went to Toronto and we actually lost. They actually handled us down there defensively. The length bothered us. They were sharper than us. And Maxey wasn't really on. You know, he's been shooting a lot, but not at an efficiency rate. And they got us. So today we was going to Indiana, who's a good team, a team that went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, a team that's expected to do things, a team that's healthy. And we wasn't supposed to, like looking at the Sixers schedule without Embiid and PG, this is probably one that you say we would lose, but going to Indiana, and we get the win in Indiana, and we just get on the board. You know, we wanted to a lot of games left. How many NBA games is it?
82 last I checked. So
82, God. Yeah. 82, man.
Yeah.
But
Maxey stepped it up though, man. Maxey doing what he got to do right now. He's got to be the
45.
Leader. He got to be the leader. He don't have to score 45 every night, but he definitely got to be
45.
He can't be doing no 18. He can't be just doing 20 point. Like he got to be 25 and up.
25 and up, you say?
Definitely got to average 25 and up right now. While we don't have the two guys in there, at least 25.
Okay. So. Okay, Maxey. I think Maxey is definitely averaging 25. He's taking a lot of shots to get to that 25, but he got to the 25 today. He got to the 45. Maxey, you being aggressive early in the season. That's what we need you to do. I like that. Yeah. Let's go. The role players looking good, man. I like how Martin looked. He had a great game today, although he almost made a mistake that cost us at the end, but it didn't cost us. Oubre still Swiss Army knife, whatever you need.
Right.
Kenyon Martin Jr. in elevated minutes. I like the way he looks. He's athletic, smart basketball player. I think
you like Andre Drummond as well, man. I mean, you know, he's playing.
Andre Drummond doing his thing. 17 boards tonight.
Yeah. So
17 boards, 37 minutes. That is major. And he said he's the greatest rebounder of all time. Like that's what he literally is telling people. So 17 rebounds, you backing it up. You can't have anything under
right,
12 if you're the greatest rebounder of all time.
right. I agree.
I get 11 rebounds, so you got at least get 12. But shout out to the Sixers, man. Give your way too early assessments of how they looking, even though we a little fractured right now.
We looking like we're so without George and Embiid. Like we look like we solid if we got those guys.
Right,
but if we don't have those guys, we're probably a 9th seeded team, if that. Like I'm sorry about Maxey, but Maxey's just not that guy yet. You know what I'm saying? He's just not. He's not that guy yet to carry a team to like, top 5 in the conference. So
right.
But when those guys come back, like I'm definitely encouraged that we look like a solid team. We look like a solid team. I'll say that. But we got to have those 2 guys back.
Yeah. I agree. We got to have those guys back. But I will say my early assessment is, the NBA is in trouble because what he said, without PG, without Embiid, I don't think he is 9th place. I think he carried us there, maybe 6th, 7th. Now you got to realize we looking like this because we kind of was preparing to go without Embiid, but the PG injury happened last week. We've been playing with PG. We've been setting up the offense with PG. Now he's not there. Now it's just Maxey and them. So they trying to figure this whole thing out on the fly. And
that's fair.
Played the Bucks. We should have. People saying we should have beat Toronto. Toronto might be a tough team right around that 6 to 10 area fighting. And they look solid. I ain't gonna lie. They got playmakers. They got length. They compete. And we just beat a playoff team. So, and Maxey ain't necessarily look good this season as far as efficiency. Conditioning is good, but he's just a little bit off. And the more of them shots start falling today, but I think if we just had to keep building with this team, we would get to the point where we would beat Toronto. I'm not saying we would be cooking them, but we would just be a solid team somewhere around 6th, 7th. But even saying that, I don't want to even think of a world where we would have to do that because we got 2 all-stars we're about to insert back in. So my thing is if we could be a 6-7 caliber type team that can go at a number 1 team without 2 all-stars and 1 generational talent,
possible future Hall of Famers. Yeah.
When we put them 2 back in, I mean, we're gonna have to figure it out, but it might start looking like how the Eagles look, where if we play our game, there's not much anybody gonna be able to do. And then that's what I'm seeing with this Sixer team. I'm not saying they turning the corner because we ain't even see it yet, but
I was about to ask you.
They walking down the block.
Yeah. I was about to ask you. I was like, you feel like they turned
right here.
Okay.
Corner right there. They right here.
No, I got you.
We gonna be all right, man.
Yeah, we just need those guys back. We definitely need those guys. We are not without those 2 guys. I'm not sure I'm with you on the faith walk.
I don't even want to think of our team without those guys at all.
Okay. That's fair.
I just don't. Philadelphia 76ers next game versus the Detroit Pistons down here. At the what's we call it? The Wells Fargo Center now. I don't know how long it's gonna be the Wells Fargo Center. They talking about some other things, some ancient secret moving the stadium. So I don't know, but we down there. We 1-2. We playing the Detroit Pistons. They 0-3, but Cade Cunningham is hooping right now. I feel like we should be able to get the 2-2 versus them. I don't know how you feel.
I don't think we have until we get our 2 guys back. And so far, the 3 games that we've shown, I don't feel overly confident about anybody. There's nobody that we can say, "Oh, we should win that game." No, it's going to be a good game. It might be a close game, even though it's the Pistons and they supposedly still stink. It's probably going to be close for us.
Philly.
Yeah, we Philly.
10:30. 10:30, 24. I just thought of something. Philly. This is 3 days from now. What's that? Is that Wednesday?
That's a Wednesday. Yep.
Embiid might be back that game. They said Embiid could play they say he might just sit the first 3 games. This was planned. They said he'll be reevaluated, so he can possibly be in the lineup. He's not like recovering from an injury. He's just gearing up properly. They don't want him to like, when you got an old car and you trying to speed somewhere. You can't go 0 to 20. That's why somebody pull up on you at next to the light in the old car. You look straight. You don't even look at them, because when your car got that giddy up, you looking over like, what's up? What it does. Embiid, he that type of car that is vintage, can do whatever any car can do, something we never seen before. But we got to ramp him up. We can't just let him go. And I'm surprised the NBA is hating on this so hard because he's sitting back to backs and not playing early. Get off our situations, man.
Hold on, man. Like that's the age. I won't say age old, but that's the argument that people have in regards to I do understand the argument that you got people come from out of town to see Embiid. You got people that come that's in town that want to see Embiid. They pay that money to see Embiid play. They're not coming there to see Maxey.
I get that aspect.
When you go to see the Temptations back in the day, or any group, it's like you want to see the Temptations. You ain't want to see a bunch of fake people.
You want to see David Ruffin.
You ain't go. Ain't nobody trying to see you, Otis.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis Drummond.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like so it's like, come on now. Like you want to see the stars.
No, I get it. That aspect I won't go against at all. That's kind of drawing. I'm just talking about, I don't care about that, dog. I don't care. You lose your money, you lose your money. It's called gambling in sports, it's entertainment. Anything can happen. Anything can happen from game to game. You spend that money, even if they're not playing, you go down to the stadium, you have a good time, you get in the mix and you enjoy it because you paid your money, regardless of who on the floor.
I think that's their issue. I think that's their issue in regards to why they do it, because they're trying to at least give the perpetration that we're trying to do what's right for the fans and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's why they do these whole investigations and stuff like that.
I don't think they should have came out and said it. Like I don't know why Embiid would just. I'm not going to play back to back. Right. Why are you saying that, Embiid? I probably never again in my career. He get to the point to where he don't care no more. I ain't doing that no more. I'm done.
You're a funny guy. I don't know about your impressions, but you're a funny guy. I don't know about your impressions.
You got a better impression than me. Let me hear it.
I didn't try.
Let me hear the Embiid impression. You just got to trust the process.
But you're right. It's like they shouldn't have said that out loud. Nah, you're right. They should have just did what Kawhi and them always did. Like he can't play tonight for whatever reason. Make up an injury. Like don't do all that.
But I say all that to say Embiid might be back on Wednesday night, and even if he's not back, with the team I'm projecting to beat them is the team with Embiid or the team without Embiid. And just to be clear, somebody coming back to the city that day, he coming for blood. Tobias Harris is making his return to Philadelphia. Yeah, all that Tobias can't do this. Tobias corny. Tobias, it's all Tobias' fault. Well, guess what? Tobias is back in the city in the starting lineup, ready to give us 25. And I can't wait to watch that game personally, because I just know as a competitor, as an athlete, in that situation, Tobias Harris is sleeping 12 hours the night before, hitting all his routine. He going to get one of the massages downtown, and he gonna hit his shorty he used to deal with in Philly up like, take care of me, baby. I'm back in town tonight. And when the lights come on at 7:00, I'm watching that game start to finish, man.
You booing? Are you booing or clapping for him?
I'm glad they better not boo Tobias, dog. They better not boo Tobias, dog. That'll be so corny. Because I went through the case of Tobias. You go check the YouTube channel. I sent the proper salute when he left because I thought he was a great role player that did whatever he had to do.
What's the old phrase? You're only as good as your last game. What was his last game? How many points did he have in that last game? Did he have any points in that last game?
I'm sure he had some points in the last game.
I don't know about that.
I'm sure he had a point in the last game. But don't make me go into Tobias Harris case right now.
Saying,
this is not the Tobias.
0 points in a playoff game. Should you get booed or not? That's my point. But I ain't going. I'm just wanting to, you want to give him a hand clap. 0 points in a playoff game. You want to give him a hand clap? Okay. No, you ain't the real Sixers fan. I don't believe it. All the Sixers fans are going to probably boo that dude because his last game.
I'm finding it now because we game 6.
He did nothing.
I'm finding it because like you went there. This was the Eagles podcast. Tobias played for the Pistons.
You brought him up. You
Damn,
brought
he
that
had no
cookie
point.
having man up. I
He
ain't
had
asked you
no
to bring
point.
him up.
He had 4 rebounds. He had 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and no points. Yep.
I'm sorry. How many points? I'm sorry. What you said? Did you say 1 point? Did you say 2
but listen, he was 0 for 2. The nigga ain't shoot the ball because it was being jacked. That's the game. Buddy Hill came in and put up like 10 shots. He had 20.
He was the third option.
Obviously not that game.
He's getting booed.
Guess who else? Guess who else had no points that game?
He's getting booed.
Guess who else had no points that game? Your player coach. Yes.
Is he still whatever, man? He's still on our team trying to help us. Tobias said deuces, and he should have 0 points. He's getting booed. Let's move on.
Tobias, I'm never gonna root against my team, but turn up when you come to the city, Tobias. Real rap. You better if you come around here and don't shoot. I know I ain't even got to talk about it. Tobias, I'm clipping this. You better come and drop 25 on us. You better see Oubre across and say, "Food, y'all wanted this nigga to shoot over me? Food." And Oubre, you better not let him. You better not let him do it. Either Oubre. You better not let him do it either. Maxie, you big dog now. Don't let nobody come take your food. But I do want to see Tobias Harris Hoop Wednesday. Tune in, man. That should be a fun one to watch. We got a lot of fun Sixers content coming up. It's a long season. We're going to be here through all of it. We promise we're not leaving you. We're with you forever and ever. And this was a good day, man. If I could do it without getting the copyright, I would just play Ice Cube right on out. Ooh, ooh. Today was a good day. Today was a good. Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. Jalen Hurts throwing touchdowns, kind of odd.
And that's the end of our show.
That's what happened when you feeling. That's what happened when you feeling great. But at the end of the day, this was episode number 8, and if you didn't know, this is the No Box Sports Podcast, brought to you by No Box Entertainment, and I'm your host, Uncle Doug.
And I'm the original CP3.
The original, you better not forget it, man. And if y'all didn't, make sure y'all go like, comment, share, subscribe, tap in with us, man. Tap in with us. Why are you not tapped in with us yet? It don't even make no sense. We got a lot of content. Go check it out. But in the meantime, the only thing I want y'all to do is enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday night and attack Monday with the same ferocious energy that our Eagles attacked them Cincinnati Bengals with. And until next time, we're going to holler at y'all, throw a dollar at y'all. We're going to give y'all one Eagles chant before we get out of here because it's only right. You ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. E-A-G-L-E-S. Now that probably wasn't sync because this is live, but it don't even matter. We one motherfucker. We out.